Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out. Well, I know I'm learning together how to peace out. I get practice every single day, right? Every minute, every single day, every morning, every evening, literally all day long. I got lots of room to practice and lots of room to grow, and that's cool though, because God is so patient with us. He just waits for us to catch up with what He's already done. That's pretty cool. I like that about God. One of the many things I love about God. So this week's book of the week is Peace Out. It's in the Bible, so you can get it on Amazon. You can just type in the title in my name, and so it's on Amazon, or it's also on Dove's Fire Ministries Publications.com in ebook form. You can print it out and read it, but you can get it in a print copy or Kindle copy on Amazon if you'd like. So this morning's preposition, this is preposition week, right? And this morning's preposition is behind. We're going to talk about some really cool scriptures. But before I do, I got a funny story. You know, our kids, when we raise our kids and others' kids, whoever's kids you're raising when you work with little kids, it changes your vocabulary forever, right? And so a screwdriver will forever be a scrubber-dubber, because when a little kid in my family called it a scrubber-dubber, it's going to always be a scrubber-dubber. And a spatula will always be a pucker-turner, because that's what Kayla called it when she was living with me. One of my foster kids called it, she said, "Where's that pucker-turner?" And we're like, a pucker-turner is a spatula. So I always, this day, I'll say, "I need a pucker-turner," right? And the other thing is, my daughter, when she was about 2, I think I was pregnant with Chris, and we were moving, and I couldn't see where she was. I said, because I had a box in my hand and a belly. And I was like, "Where are you, Renelle?" And she'd go, I'm right behind you, right behind you. So we always say right behind you. And that's the title of today's Peace Out, is right behind you, because God is right behind us. And our preposition is behind. He's behind us today. And so here's our script. One of the first scriptures out of Isaiah 52:12, which says, "For you shall not go out with haste, nor go out by flight. For the Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your rear guard," or He will come up behind you. So that's our preposition today, is behind. And so I was thinking about that. I was like, what's an example of God being behind us? Is there an example in my life? And we know He goes before us to prepare the way. He's already walked through the day for us, and He's going to walk through it with us, which those are some prepositions too. But He's also got us covered behind. And so in Exodus, when He brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, which is one of the just amazing stories, right? And it says in Exodus 14:19, it says, "And the angel of God who went before," yesterday's preposition, went before the camp of Israel, moved and went behind them. So the angel of the Lord is leading them out. Now they're camping. Pharaoh's army's behind them. And it says right before they cross the Red Sea, and it says the angel of the Lord who was before them moved around behind. Our good preposition for today. "And the pillar of cloud went from before them and stood behind them." And it says, "So it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. This way it was a cloud of darkness to the enemy. They couldn't see anything. And it gave light by night to the other, so that the one did not come near the other all that night." So the cloud that was before them went behind them and formed a wall of protection behind them, because Pharaoh's army, if you remember, is pressing on in behind them, right? They've just come out of Egypt, and Pharaoh's like, why did we let all our slaves go, and now what are we going to do? We're going to have to work. Now let's go get those puppies, right? So he goes after them. And so the glory of God moves from before them, which was our whole lesson yesterday, to behind them, to protect them from the enemy that was coming in to try to wipe them out from behind, right? And so, and I think the coolest part of this verse here is that it was light to those who were the believers, and it was darkness to those who were not. And so those in darkness they literally couldn't find them. Their enemy couldn't find them, because God's glory was dark to them, because they didn't know God. But God's glory was light to the camp of Israel, because they were trusting God. They were following God. God had brought them out and showed them a mighty deliverance. And many times when God brings us out with a mighty deliverance, We'll look up to see an enemy chasing us down. Why? Because he doesn't want us to live in that deliverance. He doesn't want us to live in that freedom that we found. He doesn't want us to live in the glory that we're experiencing. He wants to trip us up, shake us up, move us out, right? Distract us. And yet, so that meant that the Israelites could see at night. And we talked about at night earlier this week. We talked about how he's with us all night long. Right? We talked about that, I think, on Monday, that God stays with us through the night seasons. And in this night season, this was a literal night, that one night, God gave them light so they could see, even though they were in a pressing situation. Their whole lives have changed. They've given the slavery back and walked out of Egypt, just literally walked out of Egypt, walked out of those bonds, and here they are. The enemy's pressing in, going, no, we're not letting you go. And when God sets you free, the enemy's going to try to chase you down. You could get discouraged. You could become doubtful. You could become anxious, and the enemy's going to try to talk you out of your deliverance. And Pharaoh wanted to come and take them back. Right? He said, oh, we just need to take y'all back. I don't think he even wanted to kill them. He just wanted to take them back and make them slaves again. And whatever God has set you free from is going to chase you down. But here's the good thing. God is your rear guard. He comes up behind you. And not only does he give you light, but that same glory puts darkness on your enemy. They couldn't even find the Israelites, even though their camps were almost back to back. The enemy can't even see you. He can't even see you, right? He is sitting right here, but God's got you covered. He makes that shield behind you. And there's a scripture in Psalms that says he surrounds you with songs of deliverance. God's not going to let you slide back into what he just brought you out of. Right? No matter what that is, because we all got different stories of deliverance. We could all share testimonies of things where God just walked in, stepped in, reached in, and pulled us out. Right? And that's what he did. Here, the children of Israel, think about that. They literally just walked out of Egypt. Right? And they have been slaves all these years, and now they just walked out of it. And then Egypt's like losing their mind, going, wait a minute, hold up. Right? And yet God protected them. They did not. God said, you're not going back because I'm right behind you. Think about that today. When you face something stressful, you face something difficult, something comes in to try to steal that peace, to get your mind off on something else, just think about God saying, I'm right behind you. I got you. I am right behind you. That's our proposition for the day. And now we've talked about God being before us, God being behind us. There ain't no reason why we can't peace out today. Peace out, you guys. Have a great day. God's got you covered. I'll see you tomorrow.